Well, when I first started college, I wanted to go to vet school. That's why I went into animal sciences. And after a couple semesters, I realized vet school wasn't going to be what I wanted to do. So I decided to work for a little bit and found this program. And now I can actually work in a pharmaceutical company, still working with animals and helping create new drugs and new techniques to help humans out. And it's very beneficial and very fulfilling for me to know that that's what I want to do in the future and possibly stay in preclinical trials to see how I can help people out. I found out about the biotech program through the website that is through the Hux Institutes, and I also found it through a couple of different college guidebooks. It's highly recommended in the books. If you do the integrated program, you can get it done in 4.5 years. Most people would take 5 years to do it. It just depends how hard you want to work and how much time you want to put into it. I found out that the classes that everybody else says are really hard and challenging are really the most interesting for me and the most beneficial for me in the future. They help me get to where I want to go. So don't be afraid to try taking a new course or a different subject or something that you wouldn't normally take, because the more you learn, the better you are, and the more you challenge yourself, the more you can take back out of the experience. There's a lot of lab work in this program. There's a lot of lab-intensive classes where you learn techniques from working with DNA and RNA, or to how to work with bacteria and how to get proteins purified from bacteria and how to grow many different things that way. You also get to go on a lab rotation where you get to go to different labs and work with antibodies in one lab, work with microscopes in another lab, work with all sorts of the new high-tech equipment that this campus has to offer, and get hands-on experience while doing it and while learning the background information behind it and how it works and why it works. And that way you can take that in the future and see where you can apply it in the future and maybe make it better and make the techniques work better or make a new technique. Right now I'm interning at a pharmaceutical company outside of Philadelphia, and I am in preclinical trials. I work for safety assessment. It's a really great place to work, and being here, learning what I learned here, has really helped me apply it to my job there, and being able to talk to different people. And instead of being just considered a regular intern, I'm considered more of a regular coworker because of my experiences here. And the fact that I had to do an internship really is helpful for me because I've made a lot of strong contacts for the future. So coming into the biotech program with an animal science background was really beneficial for me because it brought a different perspective to view different things. Most people come to the program come in from a molecular background. They just work with little molecules. So when we look at something and how it affects one molecule can affect this one whole system, I can understand it from the perspective of how the whole system will affect the whole organism that we're looking at instead of just the one molecule. So it just brings a different perspective, and sometimes it helps me understand how it all fits in the whole grand scheme of things, and it also helped everybody else understand things as well. The research setting that I'm in right now for my internship, I have hands-on contact with animals almost every day, whether it ranges from mice to non-human primates and everything in between. So I always get to work with animals, so I really appreciate that, but I also get to take my biotechnology background and take it back to the lab and work with the animals and my background together. After I graduate, I plan to stay in preclinical trials somewhere, hopefully to still work in safety assessment areas because I find that most interesting to me.